Lisebergbanan is a sprawling terrain coaster at Liseberg. This famously was Anton Schwarzkopf's favorite coaster, and I can certainly see why he loved it so much. I'll explain why in this review. Schwarzkopf's company originated in the 1940s. The company was famous for building compact coasters, most of which delivered high positive G-forces. But they also could build terrain-based rides such as Hershey Park's Super Duper Looper or Six Flags Magic Mountain's Revolution. His company went bankrupt in the 1980s, but he was able to partner with another German manufacturer in Zierer to fabricate a few of his designs. One such ride was Lisebergbanan. Liseberg had a classic wood coaster in Bergbanan that had been operating since 1923, but it was on its last legs. 1987 marked the final year for this ride, but it also marked the opening year for Lisebergbanan. If you're unfamiliar with Liseberg, the back half of the park consists of a large hill standing roughly 10 stories tall. Lisebergbanan was constructed on this very hill. This station, which is themed to a train station, is placed at the bottom. Then there's a long 148-foot or 45-meter tall lift hill taking you atop the hill. The coaster then winds its way past trees, pathways, and other rides as it works its way around and down the hill. The track is a plain white color, but the special setting creates exciting visuals both on and off ride. And there's a good chance you'll see a train cycling by every 45 to 60 seconds. This ride has a monstrous capacity. It has one of the highest throughputs of any coaster out there. It is capable of achieving nearly 2,000 riders per hour if all the trains are available. This ride has 5 trains. Each one seats a max of 22 riders, as the trains have 11 rows of 2, and dispatches are lightning fast because of the simple restraints and efficient crew. The line constantly moves, so despite the high demand, the ride averages just a 15 to 30 minute wait most days. If you want to board faster, this is included in the park's free virtual queue system. You can book return times on the park's app for one ride at a time. You then get a 10-minute window to return to the ride, and you will be greeted with no more than a 5-minute wait upon arrival. Lisebergbanan is popular, but return times are plentiful and more are added throughout the day. When you reach the station, you are free to select any row you'd like. I split my rides evenly between the front and back car. I think the back has slightly better forces, but the front is the superior view, which is a big selling point with a ride like this. Riders are then restrained by U-shaped lap bars, similar to what you see on Schwarzkopf loopers. These are minimalistic and comfortable, and there are no secondary seatbelts, which contributes to the speedy dispatches. Once dispatched, you turn left and ascend the lift hill. This is a surprisingly quiet lift hill, as the coaster had custom anti-rollback devices fabricated. These were actually involved in an accident in 2006. The train had started to engage the lift hill, but the chain malfunctioned. Instead of stopping the train as intended, it rolled back into the station. There was a design flaw where the entire train had to be on the lift hill for the anti-rollbacks to fully function, but the system was updated to now work if only part of the train is on the lift. While climbing the lift, you get some great views. If you look behind you, you get a bird's eye view of the park. To your right, you can see Gothenburg's tallest buildings. Then at the top, you are staring directly at some of the city's older buildings. The layout begins with a twisting drop left. This offers decent laterals at the start and the back. The drop then transitions directly into a low helix. Much of the coaster's layout hugs the ground from this point forwards. This helix offers solid positive Gs and 2 nice head choppers as you rush underneath the ride called Helix twice. The exit of the helix dips downwards, offering some weak floater airtime in the back row. Then the coaster turns right, offering some more positive Gs. This leads directly into a bunny hill. You have plenty of speed, so it offers a nice pop of airtime throughout the train. Then there's a turn around a play area. Those in front get a good lateral kink as they're pushed into the element. You then have an elongated twist upwards and to the right that leads into a mid-course brake run. This does not slow the train down. Rather, it is there for blocking purposes. This leads into the ride's famous triple helix. This is an awesome sequence. The first two passes ride similarly. You have these long twisted drops down the hillside, immediately followed by a twist back up the hill. The start of each drop offers a great view of the city beneath you. The back row is pulled down them and get weak lateral kinks at the start of each. The drops then produce good speed. The sharp pullouts offer high positive Gs and a surprise head chopper as you whiz through a shed. Then the climb upwards offers good laterals on the front of the train. After the second lap, you pass through another mid-course brake run at the top, but again, you don't slow down here. This leads into another twisting drop, inducing solid laterals on the back of the train. The pullout is not as tight as the prior two, so the Gs are not as intense, but they're still present. You then have a long turn past Helix and some trees. Then you charge underneath the flume, then you have a bunny hill over another section of that same flume. This offers weak sustained floater in the front rows. The airtime is stronger towards the back, as it's more like decent floater. You then twist underneath Helix and rise upwards once again. This gives a good pop of airtime in the front row. It is the single strongest bit of airtime on the ride. Those in back don't get the negative Gs, rather they get good laterals on the curved drop that follows. This leads into another Helix. This one wraps around trees. The Gs are solid towards the front of the train, but they're noticeably stronger in the rear rows. Then you hit a brake run. This slows you way down, and for all intents and purposes, the ride is basically over. After this, you just have a gradual S-bend underneath Helix, and then you hit the final brake run. You then return to the station, ending the 1,340 meter or 4,397 foot long experience. This certainly is a long and satisfying coaster. Before I rode this coaster, I thought it would do a lot of meandering, but the ride is shockingly well paced. The only brief stoppages are when you cruise through a mid-course brake run, which is understandable to give the coaster its high throughput. Then, like many Schwarzkopf designs, this coaster is remarkably smooth even after decades of operation. There is not a hint of a rattle here. So what would I rate Lisebergbanan? I would give this coaster a 9 out of 10. For what this coaster tries to accomplish, it is nearly perfect. This is a long and scenic ride with fantastic visuals. This includes glimpses of the city, and then you wind past trees and rides. I just love this ride's setting and terrain use. Then the layout is engaging as well. Almost every element offers some kind of force, whether it be negative Gs, positive Gs, or laterals. This ride is the definition of a crowd pleaser, and it can be enjoyed by nearly everyone. It has a low height limit for kids. It is not too crazy to scare those with gentler tastes, but it has an edge for thrill seekers as it applies forces along the way. Per the park, this is their most popular ride. While I personally prefer the park's larger thrill coasters myself, this is a wonderful coaster that is a key part of the park. So those are my thoughts on Lisebergbanan at Liseberg. What are your thoughts about this coaster? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.